I grew up with, finish what's on your plate. Children are starving in Europe. And that's what I heard growing up.
We know that our types of foods, our access to foods, the amount of time we spend exercising, the type of jobs we do has changed. So it's really a bunch of things all contributing, but what we know is our genetics haven't changed in such a short period of time. So it's probably mostly environment.
I think maybe around late elementary school is when I started noticing, if mom thinks we don't have time, I can get McDonald's. I'd say, mom, don't worry about it. Let's just run through McDonald's. Let's just do this.
Really our genes haven't changed much over the years, even hundreds of thousands of years, but clearly our environments have changed, right? We have more accessibility and availability to food. We can get it 24/7. We can get it cheap. Doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in.
I loved eating out. I hated going to the market because if she was planning a meal, that was one less trip to go eat out.
And then what about physical activity? Physical activity doesn't come naturally. So we have to work at that. Whereas if we look at our ancestry, it was estimated that our ancestors were burning something like 3,500 calories a day just to get their food, right?
And so when people are dealing with anxiety and depression and low self-esteem, they will want to do whatever they can to get that instant gratification. And there's a lot of impulse control issues that come with that as well.
So I've always had to struggle with my weight, but as I got older, I went through depression when my father died when I was in my early 30s, and my weight seemed to balloon at that time, and no matter how much I dieted, no matter how much I exercised, I just couldn't lose the weight.
I was a single parent. I absolutely refuse to be a punching bag for anybody. So the first time my son's father hit me, I beat the living crap out of him and left. I was not gonna be his punching bag. But that's when I started gaining even more weight.
Let's say they remember using food or having a brownie right after they were sexually assaulted. That connection right then and there can set a lifelong pattern of using food to cope or getting some kind of soothing, because when they were dealing with a very difficult traumatic situation, that was the thing that comforted them.
My father was physically, verbally, and sexually abusive. So I learned at an early age, I guess, to be a fighter, that putting weight on kept my father away from me. The weight was my protection.
There are a number of overweight people, and particularly on my father's side of the family, and many or most of the folks in my family have struggled with weight.
And then there's ethnic differences, meaning access to quality foods. It costs a lot more to shop at Whole Foods than it does to go to McDonald's and eat off the dollar menu. So some people just don't have the resources to eat healthy, or it's much harder. And some of them don't have time.
Whether it's crazy busy good or crazy busy bad, and I don't have time to go to the grocery store, and I'm on a budget because I'm broke this month, so enter in the dollar menu at any given drive-through, and it can get really out of hand really fast.
It's cultural, it's environmental, it's types of jobs we have, and then it's the lack of education. People really don't know what's healthy. They know it tastes good, they know what they see on TV.
I wanted what I wanted when I wanted, and my drug of choice always, since I was a child, was Coca-Cola.